Hey there everyone and welcome back to more Rayman M. In the last part we finished up the Extreme League and now we're almost done. So what I decided to do is just show off the one path that I never, or the one path I couldn't find. Well, I know where it is now. It's back over here in the water canyon. Yeah, it's back over in the water canyon. So give me a second to get to the part where I need to be. Alright, so we're coming up at the spot. What you actually have to do is to get up that path is go up here. Yeah, this climbable thing was actually on screen on one of my previous parts, but it was really hard to see, and well, that's how you get to that path basically. Then what I want to show is I'm gonna go back to 1000 waterfalls because there's actually some interesting little thing over there that I never showed off, and I did that on purpose because it's a little Easter egg. There are probably some people that don't know about it, but it's really close to the beginning of the lap, so or the finish line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just get to it right away. If you stand still right over here, you see that waterfall, and there's something suspicious behind it. Well, if you go over there, it's actually Glowbox. He's lying down. Hello. Nice day here at the beach. And yeah, needless to say, this is the Easter egg. Can I shoot you? I'm robbing you. I'm taking you to my prison ship. I'm shooting you, but you don't do anything. Dang it. Also, you can walk like all the way over here, and the camera doesn't like to just move at all. But yeah, that's the Easter egg of the game. I mean, I actually found it out on my own, but it's not really all that interesting. But it's still cool nonetheless. I mean, it's just a secret area basically. Also, you can see that my dot is off the map. That's kind of funny. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna show off is multiplayer. When you're playing this with more than one person, so, you know, actually with a friend, you can decide to choose a character for him. However, if you try to choose two of the same character that don't have more than one skin, or that just have only one skin, then you can't do that. So if both try to pick Razor Beard, it doesn't work. Anyway, if you decide to have a second player, then the race thing will also be available to you. If you try to play alone, the races won't be available because then it's basically the same thing. But this is new, and this is only when you're playing against someone. Kill time. Leave your opponents far behind. At every checkpoint, the time difference is compared to the kill time. And kill time is basically when someone passes a checkpoint, you get a set amount of seconds for the one that's behind to reach that same checkpoint. If that person fails to do that in that X amount of seconds, you die and then you lose. And well, that basically ends the race basically. I'm not sure, but it might actually go on infinitely even if you pass more than 3 laps. I'm not sure about that, but whatever. Anyway, now we're actually gonna play alone. I'm so lonely. And then basically for lump spring and capture the fly, all you can really do is set a timer, you know, just to decide how long this has to take. Or you can just set it by the amount of points or lumps in this case. Capture fly works exactly the same, except that the lump counts and the times are a bit different. But lump fight is a bit more interesting because there you can actually set weapons. Now you can either choose to do every weapon or only one. Just slightly disappointing, but it still works really freaking fine. And glue bomb is the one that I'm most interested in because it's quite silly. Let's just put it at that. And of course we're gonna put them at ultra hard. Yup, we're gonna go super hard difficulty. Yeah, you're ready, right? Alright, so this is where you're gonna see the computer do a bit silly. Because if there are two computer players right next to each other trading bombs, they're basically gonna stand still forever until they die. And it's really silly, and hopefully I can make it happen. Because it looks really silly. Also, bombs everywhere. No! I died. Okay, I'm gonna stand like really far away and see if I can make it happen. Alright, so look at these guys. They're just standing still. Look at that. They're not even trying. Yeah, like they're not even trying to run away, which I guess kind of makes sense, but at the same time not. Because if you know the trick that you can't pass bombs until after 2 seconds, then you can kind of take that to your advantage. Like, okay, right here, well, I couldn't do it right there, but whatever. I'll just let it explode and make me jump around. Wow, and I'm actually having a lot of points already. Maybe I should have done 10 lumps instead. I don't know. Uh-oh. Rayman, why were you blocking? Why you're blocking it? Because you have the invincibility frames. That's why. Alright, these guys are standing still again. Also, these golden generators are completely useless because they give you the exact same thing. I honestly would have hoped that they would have made it so like they give you two of the same, twice the amount of projectiles at once, but they decided not to do that. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. But yeah, Glue Bomb is pretty silly, and it could have been even sillier just by having a lot more bombs at once, but you get the idea. It's the most fun. Firework is probably the second most fun, because, well, when you put the computer on ultra hard, they basically blast you all the way in the sky, because they have ridiculous good aim, which is kind of unfair, because I can't do it. Which, yeah, that was kind of unfortunate, but anyway, now that we're done with that, there's one more thing I want to do before we finally go to the bonus league, and that's by going into the advanced league first, because as I said, there were two little things that I found out myself. Well, at least I did. They're not really useful in any way, but I find it kind of amusing, kind of. It's not useful in any way as far as I know, so the first thing you can do is from here you can jump all the way over here and you can stand on this and die. But yeah, you can stand over here and it kind of looks like you're standing in midair. Yeah, kind of silly. Look at that, I'm just standing in midair. Well, anyway, that's one thing. Then the other thing is if you jump over to here, and it's kind of precise, yeah, you can actually climb on the ledge, even though it's not a ledge. So you basically end up glitching into the pole, and then you end up clipping back out. So it's kind of weird. I don't even think that you can just hang only. I think once you hang, you immediately just jump up, which is kind of strange, but whatever. Anyway, now we're finally going to start the bonus league for real now. Alright, so we're gonna start with the only battle stage, which is Spooky Towers. And let me tell you, Spooky Towers is by far the hardest battle stage in the whole game. Not only is its design annoying, just to get around, but the AI is god in this stage, I swear. It is insane. Because it not only has a perfect accuracy, but it also runs ridiculously fast. Like, Rayman's running speed, or the AI's running speed, is really good. And then, also, well, cheapness. Somehow Rayman failed to get that. And yeah, that's why I think this this stage sucks because actually most of the time it's just really I'm getting really unlucky because the orbs keep being generated right next to where Rayman is, or the AI or whatever, which is really unfair. Like, look at that, he's right there. It's like, okay, step 1 he freezes me, and step 2 he gets the lung. Like, that's basically how the whole game is. I swear, it's like by far the hardest computer in existence, and somehow he missed. If that didn't happen, I would have lost again. Hooray! I finally won. And yeah, why I'm saying finally is because I actually had a failed recording of this, and I lost 5 times in a row. I got destroyed. Seriously. It was insane. Like, I swear, the computer's just so freaking difficult on this stage. I swear, it's just... Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna die. But seriously, it's super difficult, and I honestly would say that it's even beyond ultra hard difficulty. Like, that's just what I think at this point. Anyway, lump spring is by far also the hardest thing to remotely win at all. So for that reason, hopefully I'm not gonna have as much trouble here. I mean, at this point, in this stage it's basically purely based on dodging. Also, Tide is glitching out. Dang it, I missed. But yeah, I'm gonna be hiding behind towers a lot. And predicting where she's going. Well, I guess she's not going towards me. That's fine with me. Ah! Well, I died. You know, it would be nice if you were firing at me when I had invincibility frames. Okay, what you're doing. Also, the computer seems to also prioritize on getting the golden generators, which, you know, is kind of smart, but, you know, you know what, you know, the thing really is that everything that I did in this walkthrough to make these battles really easy are now being used against me. So it's like, yeah, I'm basically fighting myself, and I am the worst enemy. Like, that's basically this stage in a nutshell. Also, the computer is super duper aggressive, so that doesn't help much either. Probably the fake generator and the fire, the flamethrower is probably the most, probably a non-issue though, because they go so slow, and, you know, the fake generator thing is of course a non-existent danger factor. Okay, well, you're gonna lose a point now because I say so. Well, especially at this rate, yep. Well, I don't really care because you lost a point in game 1. And you stole my shield. As soon as I was going to use it, you cast thunder on me. Also, I'm gonna hide. Yay! Alright, one more. Come on, get destroyed. Die, you stupid fairy! Well, you died, but, I got the wrong result, but okay, well, whatever. I just wanted you to get hit by your own fire just to speed up the process, really. And I won. Just one more to go. And then, no more God AI. I mean, seriously. Honestly, if the only way this could become worse is if there were more than one opponent, like, that would be the worst. I guess they had some sort of mercy still. Alright, so you're gonna go this way. And then I'm gonna go this way. And you still managed to hit me. Of course. Holy wow, look at how fast he goes. He's like Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Also, there's no point in trying to chase her because, let's be fair, you're not going to win. It's impossible to outrun her. Or whoever is the AI. You won't outrun the AI. In this case, she is ridiculously fast. Don't even bother. It's not gonna work. If it somehow does, then I feel really ashamed. But it looks super impossible to, you know, to do so. Because as I said, also as I said in the ultra hard difficulty, in multiplayer, the computer is designed to run faster than you can go. So it's outright unfair. But here it's even faster. So it's like, wow. If this is not like super ultra hard difficulty instead of ultra hard, well then I don't know what it is. And apparently I just developed a really easy pattern there by trampolining up and up. And somehow it worked. I assume I was lucky. Now, okay, these are unique. These three are unique. Saying in advance, Big Bang and Born to Slide. They're training only, even though this one is two, but these two loop infinitely. So you can basically just try to get new records all the freaking time forever until you decide to exit. So yeah, this stage never ends until I decide to go back to the menu. Also, here is some unique music. Also, this music plays regardless of what your character is. So, yeah, it's actually Rayman's theme, basically, that plays non-stop. Along with the extremely, you're going too slow because you didn't hit the checkpoint theme. But yeah, these two stages that I just mentioned, they just go on forever, and I guess the only reason why you would do this longer than you should is because you can make certain things appear that would otherwise require you to stop, like those boxes. But yeah, these are training only, and they're basically purely a bonus. They're just there, and it looks really cool too. I mean, even though it looks like, you know, some unfinished level, it actually looks really cool. I actually think that, well, it's actually pointless just to say it now, but when I go to the third lap, I'll quit. That's what I'll do. I don't even know if this was the third lap, but if it was already, then I'm gonna do another one. Just to mention this one little thing. At least at least the thing that I want to say is at least correct, or at least somewhat correct. Because for some, I'm actually not sure why, but I think this area right here with the red stuff, I think it's a reference to the canopy in Rayman 2: The Great Escape. In Rayman Rush, there's actually a stage which is actually called the canopy, which is basically a direct reference to Rayman 2: The Great Escape. But that pit, I think, is also supposed to resemble the Rayman 2 canopy area. Anyway, I'm gonna quit now because I did 3 laps by now. Alright, so now we're gonna do the next one. And this one, even though it's training, it's actually kind of unique because this level actually ends. But the thing is, even though it's basically 1 lap, but the lap is always randomly generated, which is pretty unique. Also, this is unique. Yep, apparently there's a Matrix reference in this. It's kind of odd to see that in a Rayman game, but there is. Also, this is also unique because these, I guess, cardboard-like area or circuit board area thingies, they stop you, and they literally only exist here. Also, Henchman 800's sprite is glitching out. I guess we'll just deal with it. Even though I think if I do, even if it means that I think it will actually carry on to the next stage. But if I do the stage again, you're gonna see that it has a different layout. Like, okay, you knew that there were these thin cardboard thingies that were stopping me. Well, if I restart, it's gonna be something else. And whoops, I just went back to the menu. But I would still want to prove it. So let's try it again. Made the reference once again. Now you see it's slightly different as you see right now, because these things are still here, but now there's also this climbable area, which wasn't there before. Basically, this whole level basically has like a set of different things in the level, and they're basically generated in a random order. That's basically how it works. I have no idea if it actually matters what, what if you would try to go with the best time possible, would you have to get a certain generated order or something? Like, I'm not sure if that matters. I would assume yes, but again, I'm not sure. But in general, they take just about as long. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna do one more stage before we end the part, and that is Born to Slide, which I'm pretty sure is another infinitely looping racetrack. It might actually not be. I'm actually not sure, but I think it's not infinite. I think it's infinitely looping. We'll see. If it's not infinitely looping, I might as well just show this again, just, you know, for the proof of concept that this is actually a randomly generated thing. And yeah, this red stuff slows you down, in case you couldn't figure it out yet. Because, you know, I'm avoiding it as much as possible. But I will say, this area is cool. Like, I'm just this bonus league in general with these racing tracks. I think they're quite unique. It's also quite unique to see a movie reference in this game, which I find kind of odd. Well, then again, I also find it kind of odd that apparently in Rayman Legends you can get Mario costumes for some reason, which I also find kind of odd. Okay, yeah, this is a randomly generating track. Well, never mind, I was wrong. I guess we'll be playing this one once more. You know, just sort of a little variety, I guess. And as you would guess, since this is the last thing I'm going to do in this part, you will probably know that the last two things in the whole game are basically coming up, which I'm going to do in the next part, which will be the final part. You know, the true finale. Actually, something I should mention, that racetrack on, I said that you had to unlock it by unlocking everything else thus far. Well, quickly after I finished that video, I quickly realized, well, wait, that's not right. And there's a reason for that. Basically, you have to unlock it by finishing every lemme race in the game. That's how you unlock it. And there's a reason for that, because the on and on race is actually, spoilers, the on and on race is actually entirely based on the lumps. I'll go into more detail I'm going into more detail to that in the next part. But for now, I hope you enjoyed. And in the next part, we're gonna go to these two racetracks, on and on and Speed Stress. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the last part.